during one of the live streams and send you a link to the place in that video. If you're not somebody that watches regularly already, and so I hope that was useful. Have a great day. See you later. Goodbye.
Well, I want to thank Doug for sending everyone over to me. I just got the notification. Hopefully, is this going out over the air or not? According to the mixer, it's really low. Let's see if this makes a difference or not. I just tilted the microphone back down toward me, and it does appear that it made a slight difference. Let me move some things around here. As you can see, the icons are back doing their thing, and that they're all on one screen again. The reboot from what was required for Davinci Resolve update didn't solve it as I had anticipated that it would. So I'm going to take the taskbar off all four monitors, go put them back the way that I like them, see if they don't change after that for another couple of days. It's only took about 2 days to do it, and it's done it twice now. The first time it did it, the reboot did fix it. Second time, it did not. So, I don't know. I don't know what's causing it other than my suspicions is it's a taskbar, and that's just my personal suspicions. I don't have any data to back that up. I don't even know where I could begin. So, Tim says he's late. He's got his permission slip from Doug. Yes. Um, Doug exclaims, "Oh, I'm late," and then he rambles on for another 10 minutes. Priceless tip, just priceless. Um, what am I going to do today? Well, I thought what I would do is I would show you guys this. I mentioned this last night, I believe, on the after stream Zoom, and I created this in Davinci. It's a 3D logo that's not wanting to play. Why is it not wanting to play? Render cache. I want it to be smart. We'll hit play, and it's just very slow in rendering. This is just rude and crude and just more or less a test. Actually, it was a recollection of memory more than anything. Give out some shout outs. Tony Wallow, AI or Al J. Again, I'm not sure which. Maybe I'll get clarification. Jeff Ryman, Brian Lightfoot. I'm late, but I have a written excuse from my father, Doug Betts. Speedy C says hello, Brian Lightfoot again. And Photo Mixed Media, Jose Alvarez. Good to see all of you there. Let's jump right into this. Actually, Doug started late. It's a good thing today. So we'll go into Fusion. And this is real simple. Let me fire up the old thing that I'm waiting on Brian, which is a Sword Soft mouse track. I'm going to go ahead and hit the live draw. Oops, I'm not going to move that out of the way because I have the live draw enabled. So if I disable the live draw, won't let me do it. There we go, F1. Move this out of the way, then I'll F1 again. This is real simple. It's your media node, image plane, the duplicate node, the transform, render 3D, and finally your media out. Now, I wish there was a way. I thought at one point in time I had figured out a way to, oh, I did. It's with the little mini menu. If you hit this, then you have the functionality of going back over here and doing things in your arrow stay. So right now, I'm not sure why that's not showing up. There should be two of them up there. There we go. And it's pretty much basically the same size. You're just moving them around, centering it a little bit. Brought in a logo. It's a horrible logo. One other thing I wanted to point out that I've never pointed out because I didn't really know it until recently. You can left click on this and drag it up into the viewer, which is the same thing as hitting the little arrow, which is the same thing as pressing the number 1. So there's about 10 different ways, 3 actually, that you can do this. You can bring it in here like that, which is cool. The other neat thing that I recently discovered is I'm going to go ahead and move this media out over here and disconnect it. I'm going to bring the render 3D up to this node, and you can see your changes that you're making without being connected to the media out. I didn't know that until recently either. Pretty cool. So I don't need this on. So how did all this come about? Well, we go grab them. Okay, I'm going to experiment. We know this works because we've seen it in the beginning. The image plane is 3D, shift space. So you hit shift space and type in plane, I think it is. No, image. And I'm not awake yet. Image. Yeah, image plane 3D right here. And then you just click the add. So we'll come back to this in a minute. We're going to cancel that. I'm going to bring a text node down. And then we're going to come up here in a text and we're just going to type in one letter. Somebody give me a letter in chat. Oh yeah, Al for Alice. So it's Al, not AI. It is Al for Alice. Okay. Appreciate the clarification. Long Dog joins us. I'm not trying to burn my breakfast. Tony wants the letter I, so we'll put the letter I in there. And you can see across the bottom of the screen, I did bring up the keystroke, so that's a pretty cool thing. And again, I'm waiting on Brian to send me the manual again. I somehow lost it. And we'll go ahead and we'll drag this up to here. And you can't see anything because why? Well, because it's so doggone small. So we'll just go ahead and increase a little bit, and we'll change our font. You can change this font to whatever. And in this case, I don't want something like this because I don't think that will have my intended effect. I'm just going to take this all the way back to the beginning. I don't think that one will either. Clearly that one won't. Oh, that's the letter I. That looks like a backward C to me. Action. This one's already kind of 3D to begin with, so I don't want that. And you just scroll through here. One will pop out in my mind in a minute that I want to use. That one looks sort of kind of 3D. Okay, that one was kind of neat. What was that one? Shoot. Should have paid attention. I'll go with that one. That one's kind of blockish and should 3D quite well. So let's get rid of all the little arrows that are confusing. And then highlight with the red box around it. Shift space, type in image, and you'll see right here it says image plane. Just click on the word add, and it'll automatically add the node to where it's supposed to go. Okay, same thing here. Shift space, type in the word duplicate, and we want it to be 3D node. Click on add, and it puts it where it's supposed to go. So you got your media, in this case text, the plane, duplicate node, and then at some point in time you're going to need a transform. So you might as well go in here and shift space. And why didn't it come up? Interesting. Shift space. Okay, so I can't put a shift space. Apparently I can't do that. Transfer, transform, transfer, transform. And it too needs to be a 3D. So 3D, add, and now we have the basic same things here. Put them kind of where they go. That way I don't get confused. I mean, I'm going to get confused either way I go. So then we're going to connect that to that. And there we go. Now, because this renders up here, if I bring this up to here, then we're in 3D space, and we can look at this like this, and you'll see while it is truly in 3D space, there's no definition of 3D there whatsoever. And that's because in the duplicate node, we bring it up here, do the same thing. You can still rotate it. Well, actually, you need to be on the right one. You can still rotate it around. And again, there's no definition because we need to make multiple copies of this in order to get the effect of being 3D. Hello, Rick. Rick Lakes joins us from Minnesota. So I'm going to go up here to the copies, and I'm going to make, I don't know, 50 copies. Let's just make 50 copies. And then if we rotate this around, let's go back to the transform over here. Then if we rotate this around, well, still really not there because we didn't do anything in the to extrude them a little bit. And you do that by, let's put it back to, let's just leave it there. This ought to work pretty good. So we'll stay on the transform node. We'll go down to the Y, or is it the Z? Go to the Z. No, it's not this one. Go to this Z. Nope, it's not that one. Okay, so why is this not working so good? So go back to duplicate. Go to the Z or Z, depending on where you live in the world and what part you live in. The Z offset, and then you, oh, there we go. So why it's going in a circular, there we go. I want it like that, but I don't understand why. Maybe because of the font that I used is why it's going in a circle. Unless, because I moved this already. Nope, it's not that. Let's go back to the transform node. Put this back where it's supposed to be. Still is in a circle. Put this back to where it's supposed to be. Still in a circle. Boy, this is fun. Gotta be because of the text. Can I bring the text node up to here? And then split these. And then I want my transform node over there. I want this to be a little bit more predominant because I want to see if I go into the text node and change the font. I see it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's got the duplications in there, and all you do is bring them down closer, and that gives you the 3D effect. And I have not practiced this. I have not looked at it. Brian Lightfoot says, still looking for the SwordSoft manual, but okay, no, cool. No reason. It still might be on my computers. If you can remember the name of it, I can do a search for the specific name. But I kind of don't know where it's at. So this is working. So let's just leave that some horrible color of off blue or whatever. So my theory is it's got the circular, or I'm missing something because I did something. I don't remember what I did. Let's just go change the font by clicking on the font. And let's go to Open Sans. And nope, still got the curve. Even when I change maybe SwordSoft manual. Oh, I don't know. Who would thunk that maybe something as simple as the SwordSoft manual could be it? I will look later. This is interesting. I'm not real sure as to why that's got that curvature. And it clearly has curvature to me. It could just be me. I'm going to go ahead and bump up the size just a little bit. But that's not changing. It should, when I change the size, this should change. Interesting. Clearly it has although I like this, this gives me yet another idea for another project. Yeah, the x-axis, that's not it. Let's go. These are all at 0, so it's just left to right, horizontal. This is up and down vertical. And then, of course, the Z is that. I do not know. I'm really at a loss here. Go over to the duplicate. Change this. Nope. It's the only ones I've seen. Copy probability 1. I don't think that has to do with it, although that's kind of neat. Like that. Let's take this back down to 2. We're not going to be able to see anything because it's just not there. And put this back to 0. Let's see what happens if we go 10. And come down here to the Z, or maybe it's the Y, I don't know. Let's put that back to where it goes and then take the Z. Bump this up a little bit. 25. And this is going great. Put this back to 0. I thought by maybe turning the rotation so you could see the effect of when you do that, but that's not okay. So what am I missing? Is it linear? Possibly. Change that back to there. No, that's not it. No, it's still circular. I'm getting some really funky results here, and I don't know why. I'm going to get rid of all that. I'm going to reconnect this to here. And what's going on here? Bring my media up to here. So me changing something over there, change something over here. I don't believe that. That's there. Huh. So I got to go back and maybe research something. I need to change the colors because when you come over here, you can, and you spin this around, you can see where, and it's probably the image that I'm using. You can see that the blue, the yellow, and the red is just really not all that great. So you should be able to change that by going into Fusion, I think it is. And then going into your media. Nope, that's not it. The duplicate image plane. Nope. Nope. Transform. Nope. Not in the renderer either. It's interesting how this works with an image, but it won't work with the doggone single letter. Enough of that. We'll deal with that later. I tried to remember how to change these colors. You bring up the color picker, change the color picker, and then you somehow the tutorial I watched, they grabbed a color from they were in here. They grabbed a color from here. Oh, this is how they did it. So in the background, they grabbed the upper left corner and it brought this up, but they were using an iMac or a Macintosh, Apple, whatever you want to call it, and they had a little eyedropper down here, and they were able to drag this and put it over there. Well, when I try that, you'll see it's got the little circle with the slash through it, indicating that can't be done. And I need to do that. I need to change this color. And I watched it enough times to know that that's what it done. Now, there's no other, I don't see in here any way to expand. You pick the color screen and that changes your background screen. So I don't want to do that. I tried that. Add to custom colors. It's not doing anything that I can see. So maybe if we grab the red now, it just puts the red back in where it was at. So if your custom colors, by the way, appear to be down here at the bottom. So I want that to be white. I just want that to stay white. That's fine for now. I don't care. I'll figure out how to get rid of them later. But I don't see any way to use the dropper like the one tutorial that I watched was using. Same thing with the blue. They just brought the blue up and it brings up the box. And I know it's an Apple machine because it's different color box here, which is actually, in my opinion, kind of cool, kind of better. It's got the circle and you can move them around, which is the same thing as this, but you can grab the specific color here with the eyedropper that was right next to it, and I'm not seeing that because I want to change this blue. And the same thing with yellow. I mean, it's all the same thing. So I am concerned as to why that eye did that. That is alarming at all. And you can put anything you want in here. 1 o'clock, I hear the trains. You can come in here. I don't want an effect. Let's go with the media. There's Tony. Thank you, Tony. Import media. I'm probably not going to be. Let's just take Alex Cheek. I got some work with this one I want to do. And put him in there. And you can do that. Now, can I take this? Oh, yeah. You can resize this. And then you can move this over here. And then you can zoom it down a little bit more. Put this over here. Alex Cheek got his Davinci Resolve degree. Better yet, we can bring this down here. Bring it down to here. Possibly resize it a little bit more. Give it the appearance that it's actually in. That's what his degree's in. Just different things you can mess around with. So I will have to research as to why when I tried to duplicate this with a letter. Let's go with T. Change the color. Again, the color really doesn't make any difference. It just makes it stand out a little bit more. If we connect this to here, then go back to here. That's interesting. It's still showing that. Should not show that because it's no longer there. But it's showing that. Shouldn't be. Should not be. But it clearly is. Media's not even, the Davinci logo is not even hooked up. This is. I can't even hit the doggone circle. There we go. And then we change the size. Now if we come back over to there here, it's still not picking that up for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, there it is. It's in the, oh, it is picking it up because I had forgotten I had done that. So this is not what I want it to be. Let's just mute him. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. We come back over to here and we go into duplicate, but it's not curved. So the only thing that's changed is the Z offset or the Z offset, and that's the effect I wanted right there. Okay, so you can move these to get the 3D-ness or the 3D look right here. And the closer they are, the better. You can see them start to come in. So if I take this number here down to, let's just say 50, see what happens. Nothing. That's funny. Oh yeah, they did get a little closer together. Let's go down to 20. That's really not getting much lower, is it? Let's go down to, oh, you can't. You have to actually change this. So let's go down to 10. There we go. So now you can see if you come in here to the Z-axis, you can move them wherever you want. I don't know why that one was curved. Maybe because it was the letter I? That'd be cool. That would actually be really interesting if when you put the letter I in there, and then you go back to this. Nope, that wasn't it. I don't know what I've done. So anyway, it just gives me some ideas on a couple projects I've got floating in my head. I'm going to get rid of the text, and I'm going to put the original logo back in there. Oh, look, now we have the basis of the 3D-ness without any image or anything in it. Kind of neat. You can go in there, and if you look at this over here, it's the same thing. You can move this around by holding your mouse button, hit Control or Alt mouse and rotate it. You can move it up and down. I get really confused when I do this, so I don't do it very often. I'd rather work over here because I can tell what I'm doing. And when I reconnect this, then it shows up. Now this is kind of cool that because I changed the Z or the Z, I got to stop saying it. It's turning into a foreigner. I like this. So let's go see what it looks like over here. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm going to wrap this up by making one more additional change. I'm just curious as to what happens when I do this. And then obviously we want to bring this down a little bit. Yeah, I like this. I didn't think I would, but I do. As opposed to, that's a solid color. As it rotates around, it shows the colors in there like that. That's pretty cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, cool. Thank you for being here. 10:30 tonight. Ken Stout Live with the Zoom homies. Zoom homies with Ken Stout Live. However you want to say it. Tomorrow night will be 9 o'clock. She's off. And Saturday, Sunday will be back to 10:30. She works the weekend. Brian says he found it. Good. I'll check my email as soon as I get out of here, and hopefully I can learn things. I appreciate everyone sticking with me. If you have any suggestions, or you want me to try something, or you want a project done, shoot me an email at... Now this will be interesting to see if this works. Oh, it does, but look what's in the way. My lovely picture and my background. So let's move something out of the way. Let's put this up here. And let's just turn the camera off. We don't need the camera on. And I'll go ahead and lock that back down for now. Maybe that needs to be on a white background. What do you guys think? White background? That'll look horrible. I think that'll look horrible, personally. You know, and I don't need to go to effects. I just need to click on this and then go to settings, maybe. See if there's a color setting in there. There's not. Go to the generator. We're in the 4-color gradient. If we disable this one and this one, and we start messing with these, it just changes. So you can make it blue, or you can do this. This is kind of a pain in the neck, but you can change this to white. Hit OK. Then you can change that to white. Hit OK. That's kind of cool right there. I like that. Let's go see what that looks like with the Davinci. Yeah, it's still fuzzy. It's got to be the picture. So I got to work on that. I've got to improve on this. I got to get a better image. I got to clean it up. I got to do something. See everyone tonight. Thank you, Rick. 10:15 his time, 11:15 our time, regular time, Indiana time. I do have this saved as an ongoing project, so I'm going to keep with it. I'm going to go make one last little change here to what happens if we change that to yellow. Put OK. Yeah, I don't like that. See everyone this afternoon. Probably playing golf. Let me check the weather real quick. It is an off day every other day. Wi-Fi's not on because we turned it off last night to do an experiment. It's only 66 outside right now. Quite a drastic change from the 83 it was yesterday. I'll still play golf. See everybody tonight. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Again, any ideas, comments, good or bad, suggestions, good or bad, requests, good or bad, let me know. Have a great afternoon. Bye for now.